I just want to say thank you. It's been life-changing.
Yeah.
Now you're going to make me cry.
That means, Mirella, that means the world to me. Like that you said it was life-changing. Like seriously, that means the world to me.
Yeah, it's just been absolutely life-changing. And just before I finished up, I said to Michael, it's been the most transformational program that I've been in. And yeah, it's rocked my world, and it's really set such a solid foundation to the next, 50 years of my life.
Yes. Before joining the Awakened Entrepreneur, like what was your biggest self-sabotaging struggle? What was that? Do you remember?
Back then,
Yeah.
which is like an eternity ago.
Doesn't it feel like that? It's only a year, but doesn't it feel like an eternity?
It feels like a different life ago.
Yes. Yes.
It was like I was walking around, had done it most of my life, just with this constant angst, constant, and not like full-on overwhelming anxiety that comes over me. Like, I was functioning and that, but it was just like this constant angst going on in the background. And sometimes it would feel tightness in my chest.
Yes.
That's how it would show up. And I think I was so accustomed to it being there that I just didn't know it was there anymore.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, it does.
Yeah.
It does to me, because I would agree with you. That's how it used to feel like that to me. And I just thought that was who I was.
Just the constant checking, self-checking, double checking, doubting, but not even knowing that that's what was happening. And that's what was really happening deep down. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
I was frustrated. I was just frustrated.
Yes.
Frustrated because I knew that I wanted to be in a different place.
I love it. I love it.
The way to bridge.
Yeah. And you had said, like, when we asked, well, what was the main reason? You said, well, I just really want to interrupt these patterns that I'm having and experiencing. And then I want to be able to get my brand and my business off the ground without thinking it needs to be hard, difficult, struggle, right? And, and so forth.
Yes.
Inside of it. Like, and so it's just so fun to like see and kind of reminisce a little bit inside of that. And so can you remember, what was your biggest things that you struggled with, like mentally, emotionally, relationship wise or business wise? Like what lights up to you as like, what was that for you?
It was, I had paused around that time. I was still working in a day job, but I had put the brakes on a lot of other opportunities, because I just didn't want to go down that path of trying it again and it not working, and trying it again and it not working, and trying again and it not working. I was so sick of that pattern. Because I couldn't identify what was going on in that pattern, and it had happened a lot. And I just,
like, you had tried so many times.
Another go. Yeah. And I knew that there was something deeper going on. And, some previous coaching programs and mentoring programs and professional development programs that I had done were great and brought me to another level. Some were just quackery. And the one that I had done just before I joined you was absolute quackery. And I was so put off. I was really, really put off. So to answer, if that doesn't answer your question.
Yeah, it's just like mentally, emotionally, where were you, or frustrated business wise? So you had done these
frustrated.
Things.
I think I was just frustrated in my day job and in business wise, and getting my own brand and business off the ground. But having the confidence to put myself out there. and not hide.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, and
Isn't that
not
amazing?
hide,
Not
and not
hide.
even just be not be paranoid about posting something on social media, you know.
Right. That's it. That was huge,
it
right?
seems so
That was
silly. It
yeah,
seems
now
so
in
silly.
hindsight now, because right, because now that you've gone through it all, and we're going to talk about like what was your trauma and so forth, but it prior to that, can you feel now, like looking back, how everything that stops every single human being is actually emotional? It's not even logical, right? And how old were you? How old were you when that trauma happened?
I think I was around 4.
Okay. 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
or 5.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I know people are going to be like, oh my, what was her trauma? Would you mind sharing, like, what was the original core wound that created this split? What was it?
So it was originally that, so I was running down the corridor all excited as a, energetic, crazy 4-year-old, like the puppy I just showed you.
Yes. Yes.
Everything's awesome. Everything's cool.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
rocks. And I jumped into bed with my parents because,
Yeah.
in the mornings when we cuddle and have a sleep. And my dad was a very angry man growing up. Like, it was eggshells around him.
Yes.
A
Yes.
lot. For most of my life, actually.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, but he got up really angry. And my mum was quite, she tried to pacify all the time, and tried to smooth things over and shield her children. And in that moment when he got up really angry, and my mum was, and I looked at my mum for something and she wasn't giving anything. In that moment, I actually thought, you people are shit. So people are shit.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
People.
Yeah.
You're not helping me. You're useless and hopeless.
Yeah.
You're angry and I don't know why. And I can't be free and happy anymore. I can't be, because it changes people around me.
And the reason I love that you're sharing this so much is because so many people think, and myself included, like, before I understood all this, I thought, well, I don't have a trauma because I wasn't like sexually abused, or I wasn't severely, what I thought severely beaten. Like, in my mind, it was like, isn't just this the way life is? So it's really, really awesome that people can hear that it doesn't have to be and I'm not saying that those are not traumatic for anyone listening that has had those happen, but it's just, it helps people who have had like what they would call a pretty good childhood, right? Yeah. And they still struggle, but they don't understand why would they be struggling. So I love everything that you're sharing about this. What would you say is, so inside of this, in the year that you were with us, what was the greatest results after healing the trauma? What would you say is the greatest wins that you had inside of this? What were those?
The greatest wins, as I said, the food industry was totally new to me. I actually had no idea what I was taking on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still learning a lot. And getting a product together and being able to market it and push it out to a shelf somewhere on, in the supermarket or on the shop. It took a lot of being in alignment.
Yes. And skill sets, right? Like in skill sets, right? Like there's real skill sets that you learn on how to actually move that needle. And what were those for you? Like, what are the skill sets and of course that you really learned?
So it was dealing with representing myself and my brand first, because in a day you represent someone else's business. So this is about me always being great with who I'm dealing with, and understanding how I'm representing myself, and having that awareness, not trauma talk, that frustrating talk, or that ego talk, or that that the win-win, the understanding the win-win arrangement and the win-win relationship. And having it be free and
Yes.
easy. I'm always, Michael, be free, have it be free and easy.
Yeah. And in doing so, how many stores are you in now?
This is really funny. I was talking to someone about it yesterday. A software company, probably around 15 now.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Like huge. I mean, Mirella, that was a year ago. And remember, like inside of it, you first had to do like all of like getting all of the messaging and everything down.
Yeah.
So
I
think
mean,
about that. Look at how many stores you're in now in such a short period of time. That's huge.
Yeah.
To go from like a no-namer to completely being legit in 15 stores in a year from nothing. One last question I know that people will ask, what would you tell someone who's considering joining the Awakened Entrepreneur? What would be what you would tell someone, like even your friend who said that? What would you tell them as to what would make the biggest difference, or why are we different than others? Whatever, however you want to say it, what would you say?
I would say to stop looking for the push or answer outside of yourself. And this is what I've said to my friend, and I said it to her during the week.
Beautiful.
Just go all in on yourself, because that is all that matters right now.
So huge. So huge and so true. So true, right? Because that is really what is going to give you, because it's really going to be in you, right? It's not in the business, it's in you. Well, you are an inspiration. You are an inspiration for so many people. I really want to acknowledge you in our closing, that like you went from a no-namer to not knowing anything, never going into the food industry, creating a product, and then getting it into 15 stores, on top of creating your Shopify account, your messaging, your marketing, really putting it out into the world, and became that. And you did it in a year. And that is huge. So I really acknowledge you for everything that you've done, your willingness to really look at what was really stopping you unconsciously, clear what was there, and then live in alignment and, practicing these habits and the skill sets that you've learned to achieve such amazing, extraordinary results in such a short period of time. I really honor you for your journey, and I cannot wait to see what you create next.